In this video, I'm going to give you a little update on restaurant and food stocks. There's been a major announcement, folks. I mean big. New York on July 1st is opening everything back up. New York, the Big Apple, is opening. And restaurant stocks, can you imagine how many restaurants New York has and how big New York is and how important that is? A lot of other states are going to be following New York. A lot of people in America are now getting vaccinated. And remember, sentiment always drives price. Sentiment about the forthcoming price change is going to make the stock react faster than the actual event. So a lot of stocks, a lot of restaurant stocks are taking notice. And I want to give you the top 4 potential candidates that I'm liking and I'm going to bring to the table. And I think these are going to rally as we head through this mass reopening. We've got summer up ahead. We've got restaurants reopening. This earnings quarter has been pretty good for restaurant stocks for the most part. And if they could withstand one more quarter, things are going to get a lot better. And their sentiment is going to get strengthened because there's a lot less risk in the third quarter than there was third quarter a year ago, which was, I mean, amazing risk. Just the fact that a lot of these restaurants are still in business is remarkable. Also, 3 out of 4 of these companies are Russell 2000 stocks. Now, I'm not going to get into a big Russell 2000 speech, but the Russell 2000 has been tremendously outperforming the S&P 500 over the last several months. Over a year, I think the Russell's up like 70%, while the S&P's up 40-something%. So it's almost twice as much. The fact that these are Russell stocks means these are smaller companies, and they have a lot more upside potential. And the only stock that's not a Russell stock is also small cap stock or a smaller cap stock. So that should be positive for longer term growth. I apologize. You're hearing my phone. Let me put it on silent here so that it doesn't make any more noise here. My apologies. Right, I don't want to be interrupted while talking about this. All right, so let's talk about these stocks. Now, I've talked about some of them before, and they have gone up. So first stock we've got, and again, Russell 2000. This is BJ's Restaurants. You might have seen BJ's at your local malls. In Los Angeles, they were in the Century Center Mall. But again, they're all over the place. 1 year, the stock has given us 171% growth. They're a brewery. They have their own beer. They got their own pizza. It's a really cool place. The food is pretty tasty. I would highly recommend you check it out. If you look at the price chart of BJ's, you will see it's been moving higher quite some time. It's been stagnating while the S&P and the Nasdaq pulled back a little bit. This one held pretty well to the 50-day moving average. It's now trading above the 50-day moving average. My guess would be on this news, possibly earnings news, but I expect the stock to rally. It had a swing high at the 63 level, and I think once it takes out the 63 level, it's going to rally, and we could potentially see this stock trading up to the $80 level between now and the end of the summer. That's about a quarter and a half. Next company, GTIM, Good Times Restaurants. Now, you may not know them as Good Times Restaurants, or you may know them as Good Times Drive-Through Restaurants, and they do have subsidiaries as well. This stock has been on a tear. This is the only stock that's not in the Russell 2000, but it has a market cap of very little, less than very little, $56 million. So we're not talking about a big stock. 442%. That's what you get with a big potential stock. Now, the stock, if you look at the chart of the stock, and it's a $4, it's not even a $5 stock. It's trending really well above the 50-day moving average. It had a little run up, probably news fundamentally related, but it stayed the course. And one of the beautiful things about these small cap stocks is they're not highly correlated to large cap stocks. So if the large cap goes down or up, if the index moves lower, these stocks are not institutionally sponsored just yet too much, so they won't be arbitraged against the large caps. I won't get into all of that. It's a little too fancy schmancy for this discussion. But the bottom line is it's trading above the 50-day moving average. I like the price action, and I expect the price to hit $650 over the next quarter. Next one is Dine Equity. Now, again, you might not know them as Dine Equity. I mean, who would go to a restaurant called Dine Equity? But you might know Applebee's. You might know IHOP. I love IHOP. Every chance I get to go to the Pancake House, I do. So again, This company's been around for a while. There's tons of IHOPs in California because they're headquartered in Glendale, which is near Los Angeles. The stock is up over 100%. It's a Russell 2000 stock, and folks, people are going to be going with all this driving around, all this people driving around like there's no tomorrow. People getting out, people moving around. People are going to be going to IHOPs. People are going to be going to Applebee's. There's as much certainty of that as there's certainty that we're going to all die and we're all going to have to pay taxes, right? Taxes, death, those are certainties. The fact that people are going to be eating at IHOPs and Applebee's this summer more than last year it's a guarantee, unless something so drastic happens. And look at this nice congestion pattern finally breaking out on this news that New York is opening up July 1st. I can't wait. I'm probably going to tell my wife and head down to New York. I always take her down there in the summer because her birthday's in the summer, and I take her to this fancy jewelry store and buy her something. But anyway, I'm digressing. I like the stock, Dine Equity, better known aka IHOP and Applebee's. Love the stock, not too expensive. Also Russell 2000 stock. Highly recommend this company. Couldn't say enough good things about it. And you may find me eating and buying, not just buying the stock, but eating there as well. I'll support the company in more than one way. And last but not least, Eat. And I've talked about Eat and BJ's earlier this year. They own Chili's Grill and Bar, Maggiano's Little Italy. I had my birthday there earlier actually late last year in October. Russell 2000 stock up 186%. Not the first time I talk about this stock. Folks, remember, sentiment is changing. People want to go out. People want to go out and eat. It's now trading at the 50-day moving average. I would wait a few more days. I would wait for complete clearance. But I think this sucker is going to take out the $77, $78 level, and it's going to start heading towards the 100 level sooner than later. I would put a short-term price target end of summer, middle of summer, maybe around 4th of July. I would put a price target of about $85 to $90 on the stock. But again, BJ's, Good Time Restaurants, Dine Equity, and Eat. Again, we're going back to normality. All the stocks, all the stay-at-home stocks like Clorox, like Hormel, they're in the toilet right now. Going out stocks, food, restaurant stocks, New York opening up on July 1st. Can you imagine? New York is opening up again. I'm so happy about this. I was jumping up and down when I heard about this today. And I'm going to tell you, when you're driving to New York, you're going to stop at IHOP. You're going to stop at a Chili's. It's just human nature. And that's where these companies make their money. And not just from the actual money coming in, from the change in the sentiment that's going to be driving price and liquidity. A lot of the stimulus money is going to be going back into the economy. I think retail sales are going to be soaring. People can't wait to get out of their house. Everybody's making plans. Airports are getting busy. It's time to get in on the food stocks. Hope it helps. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.